Hey everybody, Aaron here, and welcome back to another Anime Talk, the show that we bring up sometimes subject matter that would be quite touchy once in a while to bring up. But that's why I love this show in general, because I just like to be able to do, I think, random things at times and talk about random stuff. But the reason why I said yesterday that I was going to do a second video, and this is actually a direct actual video. Like, I actually made this today. I'm making this right now as we speak. When you guys get it, it won't be as I speak. It'll be there probably several hours later. But I made this today because there was something I wanted to talk about that happened in one of my videos, and it was a very interesting topic. And if you didn't read already the actual topic name of this whole show right now is going to be about taboo anime. Now, I'm not gonna name anyone involved. I'm not gonna tell you what video this happened on. I'm not gonna do any of that. But I had a huge comment. I don't want to say debate. I want to say maybe more so argument. But that originally started off as a debate. It went to the argument though. So bad that I actually lost one of my subscribers. And, I felt bad, but at the same time, it was something that I think was unforeseeable. I think that no matter how you went at it, it was something that's going to just be one of those subjects that you're not going to be able to get away with in terms of someone is going to be like, well, I don't believe in that, and I don't like that. Thus, if you even defend it a little bit, you're going to be under fire. And that's understandable. It's like anything else in this day and age where there are a lot of things that go on in our lives now that a lot of people see in ways that are incorrect or politically incorrect, and are creeped out or grossed out, but other people are okay with it, are less, I want to say, so scared about it. And it's just that topic in general. It's anything taboo. Now, what do I mean by taboo stuff? Like that really could be a very vague concept to many people, and that's understandable if you think it is. Taboo anime in general, or the word taboo, is the meaning of something that's seen by other people as a no-no. Essentially, it's something that goes against the regular norms of society and the regular cultures of society, in lieu of something weird about it. For example, there used to be a show on, I forget what channel it was on. I'm not gonna name the channel if I remember it last minute, but there was a show on not public TV but actual cable TV, where they used to have like every week 5 or 6 cases of taboo stuff, like that they would talk about, like people into certain fetishes or people into certain concepts. And what was funny about that was because they were around for a while, because people were like just intrigued by it to actually see it on TV and hear about it. To one of the things in my high school at the time was, hey, did you see that episode of that? Oh my gosh, I can't believe someone's into that. And it would amaze me, because here's the thing: the world has 7 billion people, and then some. We're growing, we're always growing as a humanity culture. There are a lot of weird things about our culture. No matter what, it's you're gonna find something that's weird here and there, and that's understandable. And taboo is always, I think, something that's kind of seen and is in many ways kind of creepy. It's something that, because you don't understand it, you're gonna see it as, well, that's a no no. You can't do that. But you look back and you realize, oh crap, it's embedded in our society also. Case in point, if you didn't get it from the picture, Arimo, if you guys didn't see my review for it, I'm going to put my review link in the description box below. This review I did a long time ago, so the quality is not as good as my New York videos, but I did it around, I think around my channel was where I get to like midpoint of like 50 or 60 subscribers. I did this video because I was asked to do it, but also because I have seen the show before. The main concept of Remo is that the brother and sister are in love with one another. Now, they don't take it in a way that's anything very true to this. Like, they don't show anything very graphic, or they don't take anything beyond a certain like creepy factor. But the show is seen as, hey, this is a brother and sister love relationship. And this is, by the way, this is not the only weird anime out there. There's other anime that do this too. Yosuga no Sora is another series that, while the whole beginning arc of the show is, kind of, I want to say, mature already, it does go into at the very end, a kind of romance between brother and sister characters also. And there's also Da Capo, which, if you've never seen, that's a show about the cousin falling in love with the main character, but that's in Japan seen as more okay, as long as it's not the direct. It's like, oh, okay, it's less, it's less creepy, but to everyone else it's still creepy, and it's understandable. You have to respect that if someone says that's creepy or if that's weird, you have to understand that no matter what, hey, that's the way they feel about it. Equally, the people that say, "Oh, I like this. I'm not into. I'm not. I'm not really against this." Those people also you have to respect because guess what? You cannot change. This is the world of the internet in general. You can't change people's aspects and outlooks on life as easy as you might think in your head you can. You know, I personally don't believe in any of this. All this stuff that is taboo, I am also creeped out by. Is the concept that I grew up in a normal kind of society that to me, when I see stuff like Orimo and Yosugi no Sora, they creep me out. I won't lie. I get creeped out by them because they're weird anime. I don't, I don't fully understand it. I'm like, well, why would the brother and sister fall in love with each other? I'm like, I respect that the show is trying to do something that I think they know is creepy, but want to make it in a way that's like, well, here's something that's different. But you got to also remember that if you look in our history, if you, especially in the history of the Europeans or in the history of the Egyptians way back when, and I'm not saying now, I'm saying the way back when. So I want to make that clear in case people say, "Oh, what are you?" No, I mean like the way back times, like with pharaohs and stuff like that. Incest was a part of life for them. That was something that was normal, and that's for most societies that they thought inbreeding would create these kind of better systems of offspring essentially. Like if you had a brother and sister get together and they kept the bloodline or in the same bloodline, it would make a stronger actual successor. And case in point, as we know nowadays, no, that's not the case. It actually made a lot of defects and birth related issues. But back then, that's what they believed in, and that's why as creepy as it sounds even today's society, if you go back and look at history, it was seen at one time as an okay kind of okay concept. It was not seen as a creepy factor now. Now it's seen as a really creepy factor because there's no really reason for it. You know the effects of it. You know what's going to do to people. You know how people react to it. But regardless, and this is what I'm getting at with what happened with my argument slash debate, was that I said, and I played both sides because to me at least, I have to be the moderator when it comes to my channel. So if I see an argument shows up, and I'm pretty sure that an argument hopefully will not show up here, but it might anyways. I have to play the moderator. I have to play both sides because hey, listen, regardless of anything, regardless if I don't believe in it and if I think it's wrong, because I do think it's wrong. I will say that right out. I think it's a lot of taboos are to me also wrong. I won't say which ones exactly, not to hurt people's feelings, but I'm also not a type of person to physically attack people. I'm not one to actually go, oh, your way is wrong. How could you? I don't do that. I've never done that in my life because here's the thing: the world is created of so many different people and so many different cultures and so many different beliefs that no matter what, even if I argue against someone saying, well, I don't believe in that, what is that going to change to them? That might cause them not to even really do anything. That might cause them to get riled up and angry or upset. Guess what? You're not going to change anything when it comes to that. That's something that's embedded into someone's mind. If they believe that this is okay, what are you going to do? You're going to argue with them on comments, or you're going to argue with them on Reddit or something like that for hours and hours trying to change their way of thought process. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I played the moderator with this the conversations I had with the whole debate and argument type thing, and I said bottom line that guess what, if I don't believe in it, it's if I don't believe in it, it doesn't mean that it's wrong per se, regardless of what those two were talking about, because it was two people. No matter who I want to say is right or wrong, I can't really say one is particularly right and one's particularly wrong because both of them have their pros and cons. That's the bottom line. And I'm not saying in the concept. I mean the concept of what they're arguing. That's what I mean. Because the pro for both of them, no matter what, is that you have that as your firm belief, or your firm belief that this is okay, or this is not something to question. That goes to the person defending as well. The same concept. The con is that whether it's right or wrong is, guess what, up to the left of the imagination of the user. And the problem with the day of this is that it's hard to defend a subject like this because, again, Orimo is something that brother and sister complex relationship. In a lot of anime, what's funny is that they've always made the joke about brother and sister relationships. Like, if the brother's very overly protective of the sister or vice versa, they always say, oh, you have a brother complex or you have a sister complex. And what's funny about that is it's a joke because it's not really, I know families with, brothers and sisters. I'm an only child, so I can't say myself, but I know other people with brothers and sisters that will say that they're very defensive of their brother or sister. They really are. They love them. They cherish them. You know, they make sure that, hey, listen, if they got a new boyfriend or girlfriend, they want to make sure, hey, you know what? Are you making them happy? It's almost like, you know, it sounds weird, but it's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But and the joke is in the anime though, when they do that, it's like, oh, that's creepy. Why would you do that? But it's not creepy. You know, that's not seeing that anyone else is creepy. What's creepy is when you actually do a Remo style, where then they fall in love with one another. That's creepy. There you go. You start backing into that. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'll tell you guys right now, I've seen this whole show. Okay, so don't be like, oh, you didn't watch the show. You know, you didn't see the ending. I've seen this whole show. I've seen it. I read about it. I've read some of the manga for it. So, you know, just because, like I said, just because I might be against something does not mean that I'm gonna, you know, fight against it either. I'm not gonna be like, oh, how could you? You can't do this. I'm not doing that. And also, you know, the main thing I want to get out of this video in general, I think I want to tell people, is that this is just a freaking program. I almost cursed and I stopped myself. I'm lucky. This is just a program. You know, there are so many weird kind of TV shows in both the West and the East. Doesn't matter where you look, you find weird TV shows that exist. And just because anime has some weird tendencies once in a while too, does not mean that it's like any different than anything else that's weird on TV or the internet in general. They exist. I don't know if you guys want to play ignorant to that or not, but there are weird shows out there, and they're not all anime. I'll tell you that right now. But the thing is that bottom line, it's just entertainment. You know, what you take out of it is what you take out of it personally, right? But it does not mean that this show should be seen as, oh no, it's so wrong. It's just be seen as what it is. It's a show. You don't want to watch it, don't watch it. You know, why would you waste your time on this? I like this show because I thought it was funny. As creepy and awkward as it was for me to watch sometimes, it had some nice humor sometimes. It had some interesting regular relationships that actually happened in the show. Okay, the main concept of it was creepy to me. Okay, it was very odd to me. I didn't like it. But I still gave the show a chance. I still watched it from beginning to end, both seasons of it, because, hey, listen, it's a TV show. It's an anime. Is that what is it going to do? It's not going to change my concepts on life. It's not going to change my religion. It's not going to change my way of being. It's just a show. And equally, you know, I tell people, why would you watch something that makes you feel awkward? If you feel awkward watching a show or you're scared by it, turn it off. You know, it's the bottom line. You don't have to watch it too. I've never understood that, why people put themselves through that concept. But, you know, it's just, Taboo is a weird thing. You know, you can't defend it, you can't go against it. It's one of those things that you're danged if you do and danged if you don't. You know what I mean? It was something that like I said, I lost a subscriber rate. I felt bad, but the same token, I'm like, well, big deal. I'll live. You know, what made me laugh, I thought was funny, was that I actually I lost one subscriber, but I gained another one a day later. Not even, I think, of maybe several hours later, if you really look into it. And I'm like, okay, there you go. You know, big deal. It's not, you know, it's understandable. When that argument happened, it made waves, and those waves cannot be stopped. It was one of those things that you're not going to win. It was one of those arguments that I realized right from the gate when it happened. I'm like, oh boy, it is not going to end the way I think it's going to end. And hey, no big deal, right? Everyone respected one another. Everyone was nice to one another. You know, listen, the person that unsubscribed to me, he did not do it in a way that was like malicious, or he's like, oh, I hate, no, he wished me luck. He goes, hey, listen, I just can't watch your channel anymore because his thoughts are like this. And I'm like, okay, listen, no big deal. Go on. I laughed because I'm like, well, I don't know why you would do that, because I really didn't defend any one of your arguments, but whatever. Okay, happens. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this the anime talk. I actually think that this was a very interesting subject, and I hope you guys really put in the comments below how you feel about taboo stuff in anime, because trust me, I only scratched the surface with the 3 names. I think I only named three shows, right? I only scratched the surface. I know there's way, way, way more stuff. I mean, like, hentai seen as many people as taboo, including me. I hate hentai, but there's a whole plethora of different types of anime that are just creepy or seen as creepy to many people. Listen to the comments below, anything that you feel, and I'll tell you guys right now, don't be scared to put in the comments, I watched this show, I watched that show, whatever. If someone argues against you and I don't like it, I'm going to delete their comment right away, because I don't think that's right, to be so rude to one another. I think you guys are very able. Like, that's one thing I like about my subscribers so far, is that you guys are very nice to one another, and so far I've seen it very, I've seen it very strongly. So I hope that continues on with this, especially this, because I know this is going to be an interesting conversation, but I really want to do this because I wanted to talk about this, and I promise on Friday it'll be a little bit less of a creepy topic. It's going to be still an interesting topic. This is going to be one of the ones on Friday I've been planning for a while, and I can't wait to do it. It's something I think you guys are like. It's going to be a long anime talk. It'll probably be, I want to say maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I'll prep you guys for that, but I really, really want to do this topic so bad. I'll tell you that right now. Anyways, guys, as always, until we paths cross again in the next review, this is not a review. Why did I say that? I don't know, but I have to keep it in the post now because it's in the video. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.